everybody, I'm Connor Walsh and this is Walsh Wednesday. Thank you very much for tuning in. As many of y'all know, here at the College of St. Rose, we just had Rose Rock, our ginormous musical event for the year. And I had the privilege to go around and interview the performers that came to grace our Rose Rock stage. So this Walsh Wednesday is jam-packed with the behind-the-scene interviews just for you guys to continue with the Rose Rock fun. So please, check out my interview with Domino Saints, Ashley Taylor, who even gave us a couple of songs, and the headliner, Jay Sean. Hello everybody, I'm Connor Walsh, your next year's Director of Social Activities, and I am here with two of the members of Domino Saints. Thank you guys very much for coming out to Rose Rock.
It's our pleasure. Super excited to be here. My name's Gigi.
I'm David.
And honestly, we've never been here before. Upstate New York, amazing. Loving the vibes that you guys are bringing. I love the fact that you guys love music. So super excited about later today.
Oh yeah, Rose Rock is a holiday here at St. Rose. So happy to have you guys here to celebrate the said holiday. So now for Domino Saints, could you tell our Rose Rock audience what kind of music should they expect for them to hear today? What's your inspirations? Where are you guys coming from with all this?
Well, I think we're a part of a global reggaeton movement. It's Latin music, but in a way, it may have started based from like Jamaican dancehall, but it now encompasses so many more things, and it's now actually become like the big Latin pop movement as well. And we've kind of always been the ones like innovating within that genre, like stepping in, doing bigger arrangements and stuff like that. And that's something that we've always wanted to do, is incorporate more of a live band for our sound, because we think like that's how a concert has to sound. You have to make the biggest show possible and include that live music element. And because we came from being musicians, it's just something we love to do.
Nice. So could you guys tell us about how you guys came together as a group?
So me and Dave, we know each other since we're 15 years old.
Oh,
Back
nice.
home in Puerto Rico from high school. And we've always been in the music scene. My parents are musicians. He wasn't, but you know, he was in like the whole crowd of our group of musician friends. And it was actually our friends that told us like, hey, you guys have the same influences. You both like reggae and dancehall. Why don't you guys do something together? And that's how it kind of happened, you know? So we've been now as a duo, we've been doing this for like 7 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've been at it. And
before that, it was like bands always.
Yeah,
like,
playing
in
bands.
20 bands.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, but we're always the kids that,
Dude, I need a drum.
boom, so call me.
We are
And
going
that way
on
we start
now.
playing, Thursdays and Fridays and stuff
Okay.
like that, and making a couple $100. And when we decided we want to study music in Boston, like Gigi's gonna go to Berkeley and I was gonna go study drums and stuff. Like we decided we needed to make some extra cash, so we made a band, and we just got a couple kids that went to school with us to play it. It was really cool, and people figured out that we had to do more than just be a bar band, and it just kind of happened. And then all of a sudden, boom, we started getting calls from New York, from all these places, and to go do shows there. And then we realized, like, holy crap, this project is a lot more serious than what we think. And from there, we decided to go back home to PR, to the island, and kind of really figure out what we're gonna do. And that's when we started to like make it into like an urban duo. Because I thought we could fulfill like that passion for music by also being like innovative within the genre. We felt like reggaeton was so basic when we started, and it was very street though, and that was super cool. It had that like really raw energy, but it didn't have like the musicianship to be able to express different things within it. The way like salsa, for example, or the way reggae music, which is like the origin, does have it. And so we were able to be musicians and to kind of feel that from the other genres when we learn them and try to bring that back into reggaeton, and that's kind of what we do.
That's really impressive, just with a lot that's going on right now with technology and all that. Anybody can put out anything these days, and that's really cool that you guys appreciate keeping the musicianship in the music. And speaking of the music, we were talking just a few minutes ago off camera, you guys have an album coming out soon.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Oh my God, I think it's the most exciting moment of our lives. because,
Congrats.
Thank you.
yeah, because even though we've been for a while, and we've actually done 3 full-length albums before, and they never come out. And
They always come
so-
out as like bits and pieces.
Yeah,
like
bits
it
and
ended
pieces.
up like the label said at the end of the time they did an EP instead of a full album, or they did a couple singles and stuff like that.
Interesting.
And that's
Yeah.
you know, I guess that's just the music business, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not really about the artist. And we felt, and we always feel like sometimes when you do an album, even if it's not as cost effective as it used to be, because before when people sold records or CDs, they didn't have a choice but to buy the whole album. Now you can pick, you know, like before you could just pick what song you like and stream that one, or when iTunes came around, you could just buy an individual song. So people really stopped buying albums in a way. So a lot of record labels, they didn't want to do that. They only wanted to do singles and singles. But for us as artists, we felt like we couldn't give the whole spectrum of what we wanted to say in just one song.
Amen.
You know?
yeah, so this album's called Island Kings.
Oof.
I think it's the best that we are done from all these years. I think that every artist has a process, and you got to go through a journey, right?
Definitely.
And it takes a while to even find your sound, to get better at your songwriting. We rewrite almost all of our songs, you know, I would say like 98% of it. And we collaborate with other writers, and it's become like this process that we've really matured as artists, as songwriters. So we feel like right now we're like at our peak, you know, like that we're really doing some things that we're proud of more than anything, you know. And it's every song in that album is a little piece of us.
Yeah.
We love every single one of it. It's not like nobody made us do anything they would wanted to do. It was like literally we just experimented with a little bit of beats like Afrobeat, and we got reggaeton, and we got like some Brazilian funk. It's like really cool stuff to dance all night, basically.
That's amazing. I'm glad that you guys are able to keep your heart in it.
Yeah.
That was
That's the big thing when it comes to the end of the day, like real music people can connect with. Speaking of connecting now, what can you guys say that the St. Rose audience, what are they in store for today? And do you have anything you want to say to them before you guys go on?
I hope that you guys warm up a little bit, because you're going to be dancing all day,
Thank God.
hopefully.
Thank God.
So get down and dirty.
Yeah, yeah. No, we brought a great band with us. There's people from Miami, there's people from New York, from Puerto Rico, and we have an amazing show for you guys because we put all our hearts into everything we do. So have fun, enjoy the music, dance your head off. That's it.
And I'm expecting to go crazy because it's a little cold out there. So
Yeah,
I got to warm up.
You gotta move.
Oh yeah. Well guys, thank you again
No,
for coming
thank
on.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming to Rose Rock. We really appreciate it. Hey everybody, it's Connor Walsh, your Director of Social Activities here. And here at Rose Rock today, I have artist Ashley Taylor. And you guys just came right off the stage for performing at Rose Rock. You did great. This
Thank
was
you.
wonderful. And anybody who missed it, shame
On
you guys. But you can still check out her music on pretty much all platforms, right?
Yeah, anywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever. Anywhere and
Nice.
everywhere.
So, could you just introduce yourselves, both of you guys, for our Rose Rock audience, those who
Yes.
haven't gotten to see this?
Absolutely. Well, my name is Ashley Taylor. I'm a singer-songwriter out of Nashville, Tennessee, originally from Bakersfield, California. And here next to me, this is my guitar player, road tech, boyfriend. I mean, pretty much my everything, Christopher Lyle. So yeah, we had so much fun there today. You guys are
It was a
awesome.
blast.
Yeah, it was super fun. We froze like pretty much to death.
Oh, I don't
mean,
blame
like,
you.
yeah, like it was cold, and I was like, still fun, still fun.
I don't blame you. You had the audience going, especially Cake there with
Yeah.
the girls singing along.
Oh my gosh, those girls were so cute, so freaking cute. I was telling them I wasn't planning on playing that song because I
Which
thought,
surprises me.
really, I know,
Yeah.
it's so shocking. Well, I play it so much back home, you know what I mean, and or like wherever, and I feel like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. Like maybe don't play it at the show, play something new. I wasn't sure, but when they started chanting Cake, I was like, oh man, I better like.
That's a great feeling when audience like starts chanting one of your
Yes.
songs.
It's a really great feeling. It's,
Yeah.
every time it happens, I'm like, wow, like that is so cool. Like, I think sometimes too, with being in Nashville, it's almost kind of like maybe you think as a songwriter, your favorite song or like your best song is like this deep, emotional, like, but really like you see people respond to Cake like that, which is just a fun, silly, simple song,
Yeah.
but they love it, and it's like there's a great song. Doesn't matter. Doesn't need to be hard. So
Huh.
yeah,
You did a very nice job with it.
thank you.
So, let's backtrack in your life a little bit. Let's talk about inspiration and how you got going in music.
Yeah, well, I'm from Bakersfield, California, which is pretty much like the original Nashville, you know, back in the day. So birthplace of Buck Owens, Merle Haggard. So growing up, I kind of was around it. Went to audio school a little bit in Bakersfield in LA, graduated, realized really quick that's not what I wanted to do. So I started playing guitar a lot more and started writing songs. Basically had a guy named Clay Mills who is a big hit writer. He's written like, you know, Don't Think I Don't Think About It by Darius Rucker, Beautiful Miss Diamond Rio, he's all these hits. So he made me his intern. So I sold everything I owned, got on a plane, and came out to Nashville, and I've been working my butt off, just writing songs and playing shows all over the place since then. So it's been a really busy 3.5 years. So
It's really impressive, all the stuff that you've been able to do in that time.
Thank you.
And speaking about stuff that's impressive, let's talk about the Bakersfield EP that you released.
Yes, I'd love to do that. So it took me a couple years to record. You know, I kind of would just work really hard and just kind of pick the 7 songs I wanted and go in the studio and, you know, I'd, you know, get a little money together from playing shows and working and then watch Mr. P. Marketing that EP, I think, is, you know, we were talking about it in our master class yesterday, but it charted on Billboard and iTunes at number 60. So that was huge. Yeah, thank you. But I mean, in order to do that, you know, it was something that took me years. I mean, it took me a couple years to record the projects. It took me years of making relationships and marketing it. I worked on marketing it a whole year before it came out. You know, it was a very long, tedious process, but the day that it came out, January 18th, 2019, it was crazy. I mean, because we charted within a matter of hours. We were able to stick there, which is really great, because I mean, that chart happens in real time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, to be able to stay there and sell a couple thousand copies, being an independent artist, no label, no manager, no nothing. It's just me and, you know, my selective small team, which is pretty much my family, and you know, fan base that I traveled the country years. You know, for 3 years I traveled and just would play shows every weekend at bars and just different places, just building a fan base. So it's so cool though to see people respond that way and enjoy the music and sing Cake or whatever, and you know, and to be able to chart, it was, I cried, I bawled my eyes out. It meant a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah, it makes sense why you did and all that. It's very impressive. Great stuff.
Well, thank you. It just shows the power of people. So
yeah. Do you have any tips on either songwriting or just business side of anything that you think that anybody in the industry should know?
Number 1 rule: be kind to everyone. Number 1 rule. Doesn't matter if you're
you kind of lose that sometimes.
You do. Well, or sometimes, you know, we always say this back in Nashville. You could be at a bar, right? And you could be the guy that's waiting your table is probably a hit songwriter, you know, and so you never know who you're talking to, or you never know, one day that waiter may be the next Garth Brooks or Kenny Chesney or something. You never know. So I think you should always, for starters, just be kind to everyone you meet. Number 2, big thing for me is be authentic. So find out like who you are, what's your voice, what's your brand, what do you want to say. Kind of really do some soul searching as an artist to kind of figure out who you are. And then don't be afraid to stick to it. Once you find out like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, stick with it. Nice. So that would be, I would think, the biggest advice I could give to anybody. So.
Awesome. Now, last thing, any final words that you have for the St. Rose community, Rose Rock audience, all
I
that?
love you guys. You guys are great. No, seriously. I'm just really grateful to be here. Thank you so much for having me in for all this. We've had a lot of fun this weekend. And so I just, thanks to everyone that came to the master class, for everyone that showed up today to hear me play and sang along and, you know, stood out there in the cold. I just appreciate it. You guys have been awesome. And so maybe we'll see you again sometime later on down the road. So, yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you guys
Yeah, you're
very
so
much
welcome.
for coming
Yes,
through.
thank you.
Really appreciate it.
When I was a kid, didn't really fit in while the other girls played with their Barbie dolls. I was a jamming on my flat top, saying only boys should play guitar and girls should look pretty like a movie star. Well, I don't mind pink, but my mama told me I could be anything I wanted to be. I said when I grow up, I'll show them. Don't mess up, Chris.
I'll do my best.
Just joking. Don't mind the dirt on the welcome mat. It's just a sign knowing you can always come back. Yeah, we got dirty laundry that we may hide, but if these walls could talk, they'd tell you of the love inside. From the slamming doors, mud on the floors, saying goodnight prayers, to the I'm sorry's and you were right, just knowing somebody cares. No, we don't always see the same way, even though we have the same last name, but we're still family. Yeah, family. Well, I remember what Mama always said. A friend will come and go, but blood is a forever friend. And no one will understand you like I get to, 'cause every part of me is a part of you. From the slamming doors, mud on the floors, saying goodnight prayers, to the I'm sorry's and you were right, just knowing somebody cares. But we don't always see the same way, even though we have the same last name, but we're still family. Yeah, family. From the slamming doors, mud on the floors, saying goodnight prayers, to the I'm sorry's and you were right, just knowing somebody cares. But we don't always see the same way, even though we have the same last name, but we're still family. Yeah, we'll always be family. Don't mind the dirt on the welcome mat. It's just a sign knowing you can always come back. Hey, I'm Ashley Taylor,
I'm Christopher Delisle.
and we're glad we got to spend some time.
Hey everybody, this is Connor Walsh, your new Director of Social Activities, and I am with the Rose Rock headliner, Jay Sean. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you, man.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. I was blown away by that. You did fantastic, and the audience ate it up.
Yeah, they were really having a wild time, man.
So first of
Some
all,
crowd
thank you for
surfing
coming.
going on. Yeah, of course, bro. Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Now, what I've been asking with all the different artists, could you tell us just a quick summary about your background and inspiration for getting into the business?
Yeah. Well, my story started a long time ago. 15 years ago is when I first got signed in England, off the back of a mixtape song, actually.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I mean, what a lot of people don't know is I used to do a lot of hip-hop before I was even a singer. I used to be a rapper, beatboxer, producer, DJ, I do all of that. In fact, some of my shows now, I'm even DJing and I'm switching it up, but this was because it was an hour long. Yeah, when it's a bit longer, I go behind the decks, I do a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, got signed off the back of that 15 years ago, toured the whole world, had 3 albums out in England. Then I got signed over here in America because of a song that was huge overseas. Then I got signed over here. The first song that we put out was Down, and it literally became #1, which was crazy. Because that doesn't happen, thank you. It was just so weird, you know, for your first ever release and you're like top of the charts, so that blew my mind. And ever since then, the journey's just been you know, insane. It's just been an incredible journey.
Now, fast forwarding a little bit to what you got going on now, you said on stage you have some new stuff that you're releasing and have just released, correct?
Yeah.
Could you talk about that for us a little bit?
Yeah, so like I said, after Cash Money, I went and signed overseas. I signed with Sony in Europe, released a bunch of stuff that I played here today, which unfortunately America never got to hear because it was all for overseas.
And now we did.
Right, now you did. And so I just signed a new deal here with Republic Records. And then the first song that we put out was is called With You with Gucci Mane, which is why I performed here today. And yeah, it's just brand new. It's only a month out, you know, so it's exciting, man. It's exciting to be back in the States and, you know, back on the radio and stuff like that, so it's fun.
How long have you been touring here in the U.S. now on this recent tour?
Oh, I mean, really, since the record came out.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been sort of hopping around different places, promoting it.
Okay.
Radio stations, college shows, other shows around, you know, overseas as well. So it's a lot. It's very busy at the moment.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any advice or suggestions? Anybody who's trying to get into the business, what would you say to a young up-and-coming artist?
I think now is the best time, actually. When I started 15 years ago, you had to go and audition, you know, do a set at the record companies. You literally had to go there and just put on a performance, and if they liked you, and they signed you. Now, people have got hits from their bedroom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you look at Lil Nas X, this guy's come out of nowhere and takes the whole country by storm with a #1 song that he did, I think, off the back of like memes. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like the time is now. So build your own fan base, do your thing, just put your stuff out there, man, and people will gravitate towards it.
Awesome. Now, lastly, any final words for the Rose Rock and St. Rose audience?
You guys were absolutely insane. I'm telling you, the energy was so... When I'm up there performing, when I vibe off you guys, you know what I mean? It's just me up there on my own with a microphone. So I'm looking at you guys and your energy, and you're giving me that energy back. I had such a good time. So thank you so much. Lots of love.
Jay Sean, thank you very
Thank you.
much. Really
Cheers, bro.
appreciate having you.
Absolutely.
Rose Rock, thank you for spending some time. Have a good one.
Peace.